history has shown us that property markets are cyclical and they experience highs and lows, and the Irish property market isn't any different. It will eventually stabilise. We're actually seeing the signs of that already.
You're out there meeting people, you are taking charge of probably their biggest asset, you are given the responsibility of achieving the best possible price for them, and it's very exciting. And if you work hard, if you're diligent, if you're professional, there are huge opportunities to get to the very top of any company, or equally go out on your own.
I started in the industrial section, and I spent a year and a half working, basically renting, selling industrial units in the greater Dublin area. I then went to the retail division, where I spent 2 years, more specifically the rent review section, working with clients like Bank of Ireland, Spar, and I was also able to do a bit of agency work as well, which I liked because I brought that experience from industrial. So I did acquisition work, which I hadn't done before, and again, that helped me make more contacts and clients in Dublin.
In actual fact, the commercial end of the business is a bigger end, certainly from our point of view, and it's, to my mind, the more exciting end of the market as well.
Landlords turn to us in more challenging times because in challenging times there's a greater demand for property management services. They find managing their property difficult. It presents more opportunities for them. We can better their rental income, we can deal with the tenants' facilities and services that are provided to the building.
The job that I would be involved in would be in another subsidiary called 1927 Properties Limited, and in that then we're looking at redeveloping a number of ESB sites. The project that I'm currently involved in would be the redevelopment, as I said, of the ESB headquarters. I think in large organisations it's very important to have property professionals and that there'll be a large property portfolio that needs to be managed.
Well, Treasury Holdings is primarily a development but also an investment firm. What Treasury do is that they build buildings. Treasury, as property developers, they tend to keep their buildings. They don't sell them once they're built, unlike many other property developers. They do sell some residential apartments, but generally speaking they hold on to their buildings. And the investment end is where we go out and we look for end users for the buildings, maybe a shop, maybe a restaurant, maybe an office user, and we let the building.
Within Titanic Quarter, I'm the residential and commercial executive. That means I look after the residential aspect of the site as well as the commercial. At the minute, in terms of the commercial, we've got 24,000 square foot of commercial space, which we're trying to let to various restaurants and coffee shops. In terms of the residential, we've got 474 apartments at the minute, which we're bringing to completion. Tenants are moving in, so I'll be involved in the handovers and the snagging of the apartments as well. So every day I'll be doing something different.
I think that property is a great business-based qualification because it applies in so many different spheres of business, and with a little bit of experience post-qualification and with the proper accreditation, either with the Irish Auctioneers Valuers Institute and with the Society of Chartered Surveyors, they're internationally recognised qualifications and people could then travel with them.
Within a month of starting work in the business, I decided I'd apply for the IVI course. Was in conjunction with Bolton Street. They're running a 4-year part-time degree course. So I decided that that was the perfect solution for me. It meant I didn't have to forego my salary that I'd become accustomed to, and also that I could work and study at the same time. So I got the practical experience of everything I was studying in college, so it was ideal for me.
I did a degree in property economics in Bolton Street DIT. I graduated from that, which of course I thoroughly enjoyed. It gave a very good background into the whole areas of investment, property development and different, I suppose, areas within the property market. They also do a degree in auctioneering and estate agency also, which is a good grounding also for starting out in the property industry.
I'm from Castleisle, County Kerry, and my parents were auctioneers there for over 25 years, so from an early age I always had an interest in property anyway. And then I went on to study in Limerick Institute of Technology, and I spent 4 years studying there, one of which I actually spent in Dublin on a placement year. I worked with CIE Group Property.
The degree that I did was property investment and development, and I'm now working for a property development company. So there's a lot of aspects of my job that I do every day that I would have learned while I was in college.
I went to, I suppose, the Galway Mayo Institute of Technology in, I think it was early 2004, and started off in the professional services industry.
Well, working in Treasury, because they have offices all around the globe, in China, we have a very large office in Russia, in London, and we have a number of European projects as well as a number of other satellite offices. I'd love the opportunity in the future maybe to have the option of travelling and working abroad?
It's been tremendously exciting, tremendously interesting, and tremendously enjoyable. And there's a great sense of achievement and fulfillment in it.
I like nearly everything about my job. I love working the development end of property.
I can't really explain the feeling you get when you actually complete a letting or something like that, and that you've taken from the start and brought all the way to the finish. You genuinely experience kind of gratitude from the client. And there are perks, obviously. I was at a rugby game in Thomond Park one time with BBs, and it was fantastic, and obviously being a Munster man, it made it even better.
I think it'll be very important for the people thinking of entering into the property world in the next 3 to 4 years that they'll have a very business-minded approach to things, because that will be expected of them by their clients and by consumers, and the fact that standards are increasing all of the time.
I feel it's a great privilege to work in a firm that get to shape the face of a city.
It's been better than what I thought it would be. I thoroughly enjoy the job. There's nothing else I think I would rather do.